Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is Hayden from S8CTV. Today I'm very lucky to be joined here in Newcastle once again by Frank Smith. Frank, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm doing brilliant, thank you. So obviously we're here, massive fight week here in the northeast. Josh Kelly versus Bakhrahm Murtazaliev. Sort of with this fight for Josh, I was speaking to him yesterday and he was sort of surprised it came to fruition in the way it did, in the northeast. How did this fight all sort of come about? I know it's been spoken about for a little while, but landing in the northeast on a Matchroom show, how did it all sort of come about?
Yeah, look, Josh obviously worked himself into a position for the final eliminator. Adam Booth I've been speaking to for a while about the opportunity. I've always maintained, even when we didn't have a deal with Josh, a great relationship with both Adam and Josh. And yeah, we spoke about this, and when we looked at it, we thought it was a great opportunity to bring this to Newcastle. No one wanted to fight Murtazaliev. That's the reality of it. Josh stepped up. He's taken a risk against one of the best in the division, and I believe it pays off on Saturday night. So yeah, it was good to work with Adam to get this over the line. It was a good, easy deal to do.
Obviously, you mentioned there this being in the northeast, in Newcastle at the arena. I believe the last fight at the arena Matchroom did was Shabazz Masood San Martin. So obviously, big time boxing back here in Newcastle. Is that something that sort of win or lose for Josh on Saturday? Is that something that's sort of going to be a constant, like sort of bringing big nights back here, like Lewis Ritson days?
Yeah, like I said up on the stage, some of the nights we had here with Lewis Ritson over the years were some of the best I've seen in terms of atmosphere, and it shows there's a huge boxing audience up here as well. You saw with all the guys on the prelims of the card as well, massive ticket sellers sold 300-400 tickets each. It shows the opportunity here, so we'll definitely be back. We always need someone to headline, someone to be in that position to run the show, and that is Josh Kelly. I believe he can become a world champion on Saturday, and will bring many big nights back here.
Just want to go down the undercard really quickly, starting with Elif Turhan. She'll be taking on Taylah Gentian, defending her IBF title. Really quick turnaround for herself. A win here for her would be massive to set up a big year. How important do you think a win is for her? I believe first or second fight in the UK. How important do you think a win would be for her on Saturday night?
Yeah, for sure. She needs to keep performing. She's, like she said up there, people haven't seen her talent, but fair play to Taylah. She's coming to win as well. She believes in herself. She believes she can go in there and get the win. But Elif, I said, he's not just one of the most entertaining fighters in female boxing, he's probably one of the most entertaining fighters in boxing right now. When you deliver knockout blows and performances like that, people want to watch you. So yeah, Elif's got a big year ahead of her if she can win on Saturday night, sets up some massive fights down the line.
Josh Padley versus Jaouad Belmehdi for the European title.
Very well.
Did I?
Yeah.
That right?
Better than me.
I just guessed it, to be honest with you.
Did you?
Aye.
I was right then. I haven't got it wrong.
Jaouad Belmehdi.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So he'll be taking on him for the European title. Brilliant fight. Belmehdi, he's got a few losses on his record, but all in good company. Gary Cully, I believe, Kanzu his last fight or something like that. Yeah, sort of a win for Josh sets up a big year for himself, as he says, 3 for 3 if he gets the European title with Matchroom. Yeah, how important do you think a win is for Josh on Saturday night?
Yeah, for sure. Every fight is important. Josh puts himself in a position winning the European titles, and then after that he looks to build up the world rankings. Josh, as I said on the stage, put himself in a place by taking that Shakur fight that got him these opportunities, and a lot of fighters can learn from that. He changed his life that night and will continue to do so, but he's got a test ahead of him.
Obviously, he mentioned Shakur there across the pond on Saturday night after Kelly Murtazaliev, live on DAZN. Massive fight, Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Shakur looking to become a 4-weight world champion. Teofimo Lopez looking to remain dominant at 140. Yeah, sort of that fight. Just what do you sort of make of it? Sort of break it down for me.
I mean, look, I'm never the tactician. Boxing, the sport of boxing has never been my focus. I'm much better at putting events on. But Shakur looks to become a 4-weight world champion. He's a special fighter. But Teofimo has been in there in the big fights. He's a tremendous entertainer inside and outside the ring. But I believe Shakur will be too good on Saturday night, becomes a 4-weight world champion, and continues to go on in the biggest fights in the sport.
Back to the Newcastle card really quickly. Leo Atang, Brad Casey, brilliant Northern area title fight. Sort of with Leo, first of all, his sort of progression as a pro, he's boxed in Ghana in his last fight, he's sort of boxed all over the place. Is that sort of something that's been done on purpose, him to sort of box all over the place to sort of get his profile as high as possible, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Look at what we did with Anthony Joshua all those years back. We took him around not just the country, but around the world. Yeah, exactly. And look at the journey he then went on to have. He built a fan base all over the place. Leo's got that same appeal. He's that smiley, friendly bloke who's then knocking people out. Out in Ghana, they loved him. He loved the experience out there. And I'm excited about the Leo Atang journey. Sometimes you get to meet these fighters at an early stage of their career, and the journey we're going to go on with him is going to be something very special. He can go all the way. We've got to take it at the right pace. He's going to have 8 fights in his first year as a pro. Keep him active, keep him busy. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I do just really quickly want to ask you, Frank, I know you've probably been asked this about 100 times already, but Zuffa Boxing had their first show last weekend. They've got another one on Sunday, I believe. What did you sort of make of that show, you know, the production, like the fight quality, like what did you sort of make of that show overall?
Yeah, I've said a few times, I don't think that's the finished product that you're going to see with Zuffa. You know, Zuffa and the group and the TKO group are a spectacular business, and, you know, they do amazing things. And I think that's just a small taste of what's to come. And I'm excited about the competition. You know, I don't think you can look at the show and go, wow, it was spectacular. I don't think anyone could. I'm sure they would say that as well. But they're in it for the long run. This isn't like I say, there's a lot of people come into boxing with a load of money, you know, do their load and are out within a year. These people are going to be in the sport for a long, long time. They're tremendous operators. They've done great things across a whole host of different rights. So yeah, I'm excited for the challenge.
Do you think if the right opportunity came up, you'd work with Zuffa Boxing on a show or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, boxing is a sport. If you would have said 6 years ago you're going to work with Queensberry and Frank Warren, we would have all said, no, you're mad, wouldn't you? You know, in reality. Boxing, anything can happen. But we're very much focused on our own business. You know, we've got our broadcast partner DAZN. We're very happy with where we are and excited about what the future holds.
Just announced yesterday, Tyson Fury will be returning to the ring against Arsenal Makhmudov live on Netflix. Yeah, sort of with that fight, Tyson Fury coming back, what do you sort of make about that? You know?
I mean, look, Tyson Fury is an entertainer. It's what he does. I don't know what is his 6 returns of boxing. Him and Arslan Makhmudov is going to be, you know, a great face-off. The two of them going at each other, and yeah, I'm excited for it. It's good to have characters back in, you know, in the sport, because it's good for everyone involved in it.
Do you think if Dave Allen won that fight against Makhmudov, that would have been him, you know, boxing Tyson Fury, or do you think just different circumstances?
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But who knows? You know, it's easy. It would be easy to say, but I think, you know, I'm excited about Dave's return. You know, it's hard to say would that have been him, but boxing's a crazy sport.
Definitely. Sticking with the heavyweights really quickly, it was sort of spoke about a little bit last week, Johnny Fisher and Jaimie TKV for the British title. I believe Johnny was saying that it was basically all agreed. What's the sort of latest on that? Is that sort of is that sort of looking likely to be next?
I don't know at the minute. I mean, we financially agreed terms on both sides for Matchroom to stage the event. Boxer offered Johnny a deal which wasn't enough. You know, we put together a package that all sides were happy with. Everyone had agreed to the money. There was an issue with the date and a clash of the date, so we sort of, you know, we were stuck on that point. I think we'll have to wait and see. We want to make that fight. Johnny Fisher wants to fight for the British title. TKV is ready to go, but, you know, we shall see.
Sort of, you know, looking, this is the first UK show of the year for Matchroom, then off to Nottingham in a few weeks for Wood Warrington 2. Sort of, you know, beyond that, is there anything you can sort of say on the schedule coming up, like location, something like that?
No, I'm not giving anything away, but we've got a lot to come. You got the wrong man to give away things. If Eddie was here, he'd tell you the whole schedule.
Definitely. Yeah, just one more from me, Frank. You know, for people tuning in on DAZN on Saturday night, you know, what can they expect from Newcastle Saturday night?
A spectacular win to see Josh Kelly become the IBF champion of the world. An unbelievable knockout from Elif Turhan. Leo Atang knocking people out for fun. Josh Padley winning the European title and much, much more. And then off to America, Shakur Stevenson becomes a 4-weight champion of the world. Don't miss it. All live on DAZN.
Definitely, Frank. Thank you very much for your time as always.